So one thing we found out about masks is that masks protect you. We know that, right? So if you wear an N95 mask, you know, those unbelievably uncomfortable masks that hurt your head after 5 minutes. If you wear one of those, they actually will protect you from viruses and things. They actually will. They will protect you. Not someone else wearing one, but you wearing one. They found out. In fact, this is from The Atlantic. One-way masking works. And I don't have the date on that, but one-way masking works. Inside that article, it says an N95 mask filters out about 95% of airborne particles. But I don't wear an N95 mask, and most people don't wear N95 masks. And what I do is I wear a surgical mask, and that's what most people wear, especially if you get on an airplane. You can't wear a cloth mask. You have to wear a surgical mask, and they hand out surgical masks. They don't hand out N95 masks. They hand out surgical masks. And how well do surgical masks work, according to The Atlantic? If you wear 2 surgical masks, one on me and one on you, that will filter out 91%. Allen wrote recently for the Washington Post. So one mask that you wear will protect you better than if 2 people wear surgical masks. Do you get that? So if you really want to be protected, if you're one of these people who want to be protected via using a mask, you should get an N95 mask and leave everybody else to their business because it protects you. It will protect you. So if you want to be protected, wear your own mask. Just like I tell people, from this article, by the way, is from January 10th of this year. So just like I tell people, get a vaccine. It'll protect you. Right? People want other people to get vaccinated. Why do you want other people to get vaccinated? Well, so I won't get COVID. Well, Fauci has already said that most people are likely to get it anyway. That Omicron is so contagious, and even now the new variants are even more contagious. You know, half the country got Omicron over this last winter. Half the country. That's what they say. So when people say, I need you to get vaccinated, or I need you to wear a mask, I say you should get vaccinated and you should wear a mask because both those things protect you.
Well, I look at a mask as the flag salute of the face. And if you don't, it's like you're taking a knee.
Okay. So then this guy, Bob Watcher, first of all, when I saw that, I thought that his name was Bob Watcher.
It's Wachter.
It's Wachter. It's not Watcher. It's Wachter. I thought it was like he was keeping an eye on Bob Watcher. You know,
he's a.
I'm reading the tweet and I'm thinking, shouldn't you be watching Bob? That's what I was thinking.
What about Bob's mask?
But he says, and why is this? Why do I bring up the mask thing? I think maybe I'm burying the lead because there's been a lot of controversy about. Now you know that if you feel like you need protection, mask protection, you should wear one yourself. But making other people wear them, according to this, isn't as effective as you wearing an N95 mask. If you wore an N95 mask, you would be more protected than making other people wear surgical masks. That's what the science says. Hang on. Okay. So this guy, Bob Wachter, he tweets out this. It says the CDC extends the mask mandate for planes, trains for 2 weeks. And he said, let's talk masks on planes. The federal order mandating masks on planes was slated to end this week. But they're going to extend it to May. And so now this guy, his name is Justin Hart. He said last week the CDC updated its policy tracker for public mask mandates, noting whether or not a country had a mask mandate in place on a given day. From there, we can map the official COVID-19 cases per 100,000. Here's the Omicron wave, mask mandates. So he's going to show you, he did his own calculation, and here is what he says happened. So these are U.S. cases per 100,000 per day during the Omicron wave. right? Now, remember, they say half the country got Omicron. So this gold one, see this gold or this brown or yellow line? That's no public mask. That's from states and areas that didn't have a mask mandate. So then this is their COVID rate. And then the other line, the blue line, is for it's for places that did have mask mandates in the public. So let's track so this guy's saying, let's track how well the mask mandates work. Well, it seems like they're very close. They're very close. And then boom, there was a big spike. That was in January. That's Omicron. Big spike. And it seems like the mask mandate and the no mask mandate were almost identical. Almost identical. In fact, right here, according to his data, the places with public mask mandates had a little bit higher rate of infection than the places without mask mandate, according to this data right here. And then it goes down sharply, and here we are in April. It goes down very sharply. Cases are... So... And if he didn't have... Anyway... So this, by the way, you're not supposed, I don't think you're allowed to say that, all this stuff. You're not, but, so we're not saying that. We're not saying masks don't work. I'm just showing you this guy's chart. I'm not saying they don't work at all. I just told you they work. You should get an N95. I'm telling you, get an N95 mask. They work. So this guy says, your original tweet violates the Twitter health safety rules. I fixed it for you. So I don't know if you could see what he did. He looked, masks work, masks work, masks work. Masks work, and then nothing, and then masks work. So that was very funny. Back in January, the Surgeon General warned that the Omicron wave hadn't peaked and would lead to tough times ahead. Cases have dropped 87% since. In February, Fauci said that ending mask requirements was risky. Cases have dropped 65% since he said that. Why does anyone listen to these people? So then he puts this out, and he says, here's where the Surgeon General, right here, said the Omicron wave hasn't peaked. This is where they said it, at the peak, and then immediately dropped. Here's where Fauci said, right here, pulling back on masks would be risky. Right here. This is where he said it. That's where he said it. Okay. All right. Just want everybody.
So wait, with Fauci, the score is masks 6 to no mask 5 in terms of what he advocates.
I don't know.
Or are they tied? Is he tied with no mask and mask at this point? If his overall conflicting. He says one thing one day about masks, and then Fauci says another thing another day about masks. He's always this is a chart of how excited he is about masks as well. I don't
yeah. Here's somebody. So the red line is how many people complied with masks. So it's always been around 80%. It may be from 70 to 80%. This is mask compliance in New York County. And so I don't know how they measure this, but they say they've had between 70 and 90% mask compliance in New York County. And then the black line is the amount of COVID cases. So they've had masks all along, no COVID. And then all of a sudden they had a shit ton of COVID, and it went all the way down. And it doesn't seem to be, according to this chart, those two don't seem to be connected at all. So the inference that you would make from this chart is that they've had the same mask policy and that coronavirus spikes irregardless of the mask policy. That's what, or regardless. That's what this chart would say, right, Kurt?
Well, I think I'd like to see it with masks work written in the margins to see before I make up my mind.
So there it is. So the red line is the mask compliance. Some people wearing it. It's pretty high. And then here's everybody. So you see what they're saying. And then, is this it? Is this the end? Yeah. Breaking, California Department of Health says it will not require students to be vaccinated against COVID-19 until July 1st, 2023. At the earliest, to ensure time for successful implementation. That's amazing.
I mean, that sounds like the graph of masks, and that graph probably works on a lot of stuff.
Underneath, she says, this is stunningly quick turnaround. In the space of a few hours, both student vaccine mandates considered by state officials were either tabled or postponed. Also worth noting that delaying the vaccine mandates until 2023 means it won't be as big of an issue in 2022, a key election year.
Oh, the political science has changed.
Oh, the political science has changed. And now you know the rest of the story. Isn't that amazing?
I mean, it would have been, but now it's pretty much standard. Like it would have been a couple years ago.
And you still have to wear a mask on a plane. And I'm saying, and YouTube wants me to tell you that masks work. So I told you how they work. N95 masks. If you want to be protected by a mask, wear one. It will protect you. You actually have less protection if someone else wears a surgical mask and you wear a surgical mask. If you wear an N95, you're super protected.
And that's not you saying that. That's the Widow Jobs' publication.
That's right.
The Atlantic saying
The Atlantic, that's right.
You're saying the Widow Jobs is a liar?
So there you go. That's what we have to say about mask mandates and masks on a plane and vaccine mandates. And so they're going to have workers be vaccinated mandated, but none of the kids in school. So you see how this is unbelievably inconsistent. And it's, again, as the joke we just made, it's not following the science, it's following political science. Come see a live stand-up show or be in Orlando, Tampa, Cleveland, Columbus, Pittsburgh, Las Vegas, Omaha, Des Moines, everywhere. Go to jimmydorcomedy.com for a link for our live show tickets. Also, become a premium member and get access to all our extra stuff and help support the show. See you at a live show. Single tickets now available. Single tickets available.